If you're aiming to compete at the highest level with show lambs, look no further than Car Club Lambs. For more than 50 years, the Carr family has been dedicated to building a nationally recognized program, producing elite show lambs that have claimed banners at all of the major shows across the country. If you're looking for genetics that can elevate your program, reach out to Mike at 319-361-6805 or visit Car Club Lambs on Facebook. If you want to hang a banner, drive a car.
Hello everyone, this is Joe and welcome to The Joe Show. Today we have a special guest on my show. He's someone I've known for a long time and actually grew up showing with me right here in Iowa before he moved to Texas a few years back. I've always known how talented he is, and now that the rest of the world does after his big win in Houston. Landry Mabry recently took home one of the most competitive titles in the country, winning Grand Champion Market Hog and breaking a sale record at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And something I'll always remember about the Mabry family goes back to when they lived here in Iowa. We went to jackpots together, and I actually give a lot of credit to Landry's dad, Brad, for my showmanship skills. When I was just getting started, he was the one of few people I really listened to, and he gave me tips that stuck with me. Those lessons helped me go on to national level in showmanship. So I'll always be really grateful for that. So it's time to get on to it. Here we go. All right. Landry, thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Of course.
For those who don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Landry Mabry. I'm from Crawford, Texas. Moved from Iowa a few years ago. I just won Grand Champion at Houston. I'm 15. I'm a freshman in high school.
So, summing up, you started your showing career here in Iowa. Your family lived here until what year?
January. I think we lived here until like December 2021.
Oh.
It was right after COVID we moved.
Yeah.
I think that's what we decided. Right around Christmas time.
So, and then you guys moved back to your home state of Texas. Since you've shown now in both states, what do you think have been the biggest differences you've noticed between showing in Iowa versus Texas?
Mm-hmm. Definitely in Iowa, there's not like big major shows like there is in Texas. There's more the Jackpot series, which was really cool. But I would say like the size of the shows and then like the level of competition. I would say like in Iowa, there's a few, like every other weekend, there's different families winning shows. But in Texas, there's a lot of like bigger names. There's show teams, like stuff like that. But I mean, you don't get 2,200 pigs showing up to a jackpot every weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So tell everyone about your big win at Houston. Well, congrats on winning Grand Champion Market Hog.
Yeah.
First off. So just tell me a little about that win and that barrel.
I feel like when we showed up to layover, our original plan was to take him to Austin. But we were I think it was more of a thing of like, where should we take him? I think we decided that, and then people helped us make the decision to go to Houston. But we knew he was a good pig, but we didn't think he was Granite Houston good. So we were definitely surprised. It was one of those moments where you feel like time stops. Like you're at the top of a roller coaster going down. That's what it felt like. I don't remember a lot from that moment. I feel like I have to relive it through all the videos I have of it. But I definitely know what it felt like. And it was probably like the best moment of my life. For sure.
Wow. So can you tell me a little bit about your barrow, like where it came from and like what was his personality like?
Okay. We got him from Lacey Show Pigs out in Seminole, Texas, literally like almost New Mexico. I would say like his personality, I would say he's like a big old goofball is what I would say. Like, I don't know. I feel goofball's probably the best way to describe him.
Yeah. So like, can you walk me through that moment when Andy Rash, well, you said it's hard to like think about it. You got to watch the videos, but Can you walk me through about the little bit you can remember about that moment when Andy Rash walked over and gave you a high five? Like, what was going through your head, if you can remember?
I think I was just like begging, please pick me. It was more of like, in my head, I'm like, please let Mr. Ash pick me. I'm begging for it. And then he came over and he hugged me, and I was like, we did it. Like, I feel like people like to say San Antonio is like the Super Bowl of it, and I'm like, then Houston's the World Series. Like, for our family, Houston's always been the coolest. But yeah, I feel like, again, time stopped. Top of a roller coaster. Like, best moment of my life. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of words that come from it. It's more of like, I remember it so well. Like, the feeling.
Yeah, that description of being on the top of a roller coaster, that's pretty good, I'd say. That's
Yeah.
So the video of your mom, Kyla, hugging you has gone viral with over 1 million views and even landed on your TV. Did you ever expect that hug to turn into something that big?
I'm gonna be serious. Like, we didn't know there was cameras. Like, we didn't know that they were filming. Like, they just had cameras all around it. I thought they were just doing it for the live stream. We didn't know they were going to go post that on anything. So I would definitely say it was a very genuine moment between me and her. It was really cool to see that skyrocket like that, because that's probably like one of the cooler moments between me and my mom, for sure. And I don't think I'll forget that for a while. So I'm glad that's the one that took off instead of me winning. That was way cooler for me.
So what do you think separated your barrow from the rest, in your opinion?
I would have to say, I describe it like this. I don't think he was the biggest back pig that walked in there, or the biggest chested pig that walked in there. But like, for his body size, like, the proportion was so perfect, I would say. Like his chest was like in proportion to his body was so correct, and him going away was so correct. His back shape, I felt like everything just fit him perfectly. Like, I don't think he was the best in any spot, by the way. I think he just fit together so well. Like, he wasn't too PC. I think it fit him very well.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, like, if you can like think back when you got him, when did you like realize that this one might be special, or did you ever think that?
I think at the house we knew he was a good pig. Like, the few months leading up to it, we definitely knew. We don't think he was great at Houston by any means, but I think we knew he was a pretty good pig. But when we realized people like him is when at Houston, you may not know this, but in Houston, you go up to these really crappy wash racks, and then usually you stroll them out. It's almost like a driveway that like is long, and then they put pellet shavings down where you can stroll your pigs and walk them. Mm-hmm. He was getting a few looks there, and I feel like that's when I realized, okay, people like this pig, and I think that was the moment that we all realized this is a good pig, and we'll hope for the best.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Like, what did your like daily routine leading up to Houston? Like, especially towards the end, like, what'd you do on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I would say, in the mornings, me and my brother would wake up before school. We're feeding all of our pigs at like 5:30 to 6 every morning. I fed them twice a day, 8 at night, 5:30 in the morning. And then after school, we would walk them every day, brush them. And then I think around 3 times a week, if we could do it, we would wash them. And then something we did this year that we started doing was we started blowing them out, like with a cattle blower, which that actually helped a lot, like with his hair growth and the way his hair would lay. And I think that was a big thing that helped a lot, for sure.
Yeah, it's been coming more of a trend here the past couple years. We started blowing our pigs out too. You can really tell, like, over time, it makes a big difference.
It's not a very like instantaneous thing. It's like over time the pig looks better. Like at Germantown this year, it's a big jackpot that we, like most people, go to. And I had some of my old Missouri friends come up, and they, like, every single one of them, they have their, like, jackpot set up where, like, instead of having shavings in their trailer, it's turf. So, like, because all of them show off their trailer, and then they had a mini blower, and it was crazy. It was cool that, like, up there, it's a thing, too.
Yeah, like,
So,
here in Iowa, like, we have a fitting pen. Those have been getting more popular at our jackpot series and stuff. People having fitting pens and, like, having turf underneath them. But yeah, what were some of the biggest challenges with that pig? Yeah, just tell me a little bit about, like, what were some of the
I'd say
biggest...
that, so, at the house, he really was never a problem. He was probably, like, the easiest feeding pig that we've ever had. Like, if you gave it to him, he responded to it very quickly. The feed responsive thing was really easy on us. I think the only thing that was really scary or a big problem was when we got to Houston, the night before he walked in the ring, he wouldn't poop. Like, he wouldn't use the bathroom. Like, wouldn't do anything. So we spent, like, that entire day trying to get him to poop. So in Texas, usually it's like 290, but at Houston you can turn him in at 300, and then there's a 10-pound weigh back where he can walk in at 310. But the night before, he was weighing 318. So he was 8 pounds over. And then I think we got him to poop, but that was the biggest thing. He would just not poop. He wouldn't do anything. And we spent that entire day trying to get him to poop. And thankfully he did. So
Yeah, that really sucks. Like, all the pigs that I've had success with, there's always, like, something that happens to them, but it all works out. So,
I guess.
like, how did you handle, like, his feeding program? Like, what types of things you need to feed, like, feeding-wise, to get closer to Houston?
So, like I said, like, this pig was very easy feeding. We didn't really give him any crazy supplements, but his whole life he was on Sunglow his whole life. I think we fed him. We definitely switched around between 18 and 16G a lot. I don't remember, like, the exact amounts, and then he always got full tank, 18, 16, full tank, and then something we've been doing the past few years in Texas is Yanis barley mix, and that definitely helps. But yeah, Stone Glow's whole life. And then when we got to layover with our show team, he was doing electrolytes in the water, and that's about it. Like, we were just shuffling them.
Yeah. Well,
Nothing crazy.
yeah. Let's talk about the sale. Your barrow broke a record and sold for $505,000. When you heard the final bid, like, did it even feel real?
No. I didn't think he was going to I didn't think he was going to break a record at all. I thought he was going to go around what last year's did for sure. But when I heard the final amount, I was definitely shocked. I saw a video the other day from Houston that was like, the auctioneer asking me, can I sell your pig for $505? And I was like, that, and then he sold it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that's how much we were selling it for. So, yeah, it definitely didn't feel real. That was definitely a very big, that was another really cool moment for me and my family for sure.
So now you don't get all that money, correct?
So I get my family gets about 45 grand of it. And then the rest of that, the bigger portion goes to the Houston scholarships, all those scholarship funds. Now, and then the big thing is people are saying, oh, you got ripped off. No. Like, for me, I'm in support of all the scholarship programs because, like, that lets, the pigs that got, like, third in class, instead of them bringing, like, 30 grand at other shells, they would bring 12 at Houston. And also, it's not like a commission thing where usually they pay you in all of it, and then the commission you have to pay back yourself to the show, which is a whole other thing. And none of that goes like the scholarships. That's like paying people, like that's just paying people that like they're volunteers and people that they're helping. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely in support of us not getting all of it.
Yeah. Like, what are your plans with your winnings?
So I would say I think me and Kenton, my little brother, are going to split that money pretty much down the middle and then put it into our 2 different college accounts for sure. Yeah, that's a big thing too. Like, which I knew going into it, like, whatever money we get out of this is going to go into our college fund. Yeah, we're going to split down the middle and put it into the 2 college funds. We're good. So,
what college are you planning on going to?
My parents are Aggies, so I want to try to go there. But also, I'm looking at Texas Tech too because I love Tech. So I'm stuck in between those 2 right now for universities.
Nice. I think almost as notable as your livestock showing is your music talent. You are an insanely good guitar player and singer. Tell everybody how you got started.
So when I was about 5 years old, my Mimi bought me a guitar. It was a little red electric guitar that I started on. Which that's when I really started, and then I picked it up, and I really never put it down.
So, what has been one of the coolest locations you've played, or one of the neatest people you've played music with?
I'll tell you 2 of them. So, I used to be in with this like program in Des Moines called School of Rock. And that's become more where it's, you know what it is. Yeah. So I started with that when I was about 9 or 10. And then so they have like different like classes, you could say, or groups of bands that you play with. Mm-hmm. You start in like a 101 class or something like that, and then you move up to another tier. And I had moved up after about a year being there. And then a cool place I got to play was Woolies in Des Moines. And that's probably the coolest venue I've played for sure. Just because like there's so much history there. There's a lot of big people that have played there. So I'm definitely proud of that one. But then people I've played with. So y'all probably don't know who this is because it's definitely a Texas thing. Do you know who Braxton Keith is?
Yeah.
Okay. So so he came and played in my hometown, and I got to go on stage and sing with him, which was really cool. So that's probably the coolest person I've played or sang with. It's Braxton. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So now on my show, I like to play a game called Would You Rather. So I know you learn how to play guitar starting watching YouTube videos. So with that, would you rather teach yourself through video how to play a brand new instrument or teach yourself how to cook like a professional chef?
Probably the instrument. Like, there's no way nothing could teach me how to cook, I'm going to be honest. The best thing I could probably make is Kraft mac and cheese. So that's about as high up the chain I go. So
what instrument do you want to play?
But I'd say between piano or I'd say like slide guitar or pedal steel. That would be cool. Or mandolin. One of those 3.
All right. So, what do you think it takes today to compete at the highest level in the ring?
It takes a family for sure. I think a lot of people think that it's all the kids' work or that the family just buys the pig and it's all the kid. But it really is the family. The family does all the work because when I'm gone at baseball practice some days, my brother and my family's got to step up and help when I'm not there. But no, it definitely takes a group of people to do it. It's not a one-person operation for sure. And definitely support from other people, like people you can come and ask questions to. That's a big thing.
Yeah. Where do you see the industry headed?
I see it going in 2 different places. I see 2 sides of the industry. I see one part of the industry I think is focused almost too much on the competition side and like the money part of it, and like the people going and spending $15,000 on a baby pig or $20,000, something crazy. But then there's another side of it that I see that I'm in support of, and that's that backdrops are cooler than buckles. And that's what I mean by that is that the people make the industry and not the pigs and not the money. It's the people you meet, because when you're done with high school and you can't show anymore, it's all on who you know in the industry, because it's not about money anymore. Like, because you can't use your money anymore. It's all about who you met back in high school and elementary and middle school. It's your show career, who you met through that. So my biggest thing right now is backdrops over buckles, for sure.
Yeah. What is next for you? What are some of your future plans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say I'm going to show where I can still, for sure. I love showing pigs. It's my favorite thing. So I would say I'm going to show where I can: Fort Worth, San Antonio, Austin. Those I'm going to try to show those three. Do my best. I'm going to compete in FFA still. I'm going to compete in 4-H stuff for sure. I got Quiz Bowl for state roundup coming up this summer. I got FFA talent coming up. I'm just going to keep competing with that for sure until I can. And then I'm going to keep working on music. I want that to work out too, for sure. That's a big dream of mine. I want to go play places. I want to make money. So I want it to be my career for sure.
Well, Landry, thank you so much for joining me on today's show.
Of course, dude.
Congrats again at Houston.
Thank you.
Grateful for you and your family, and wish you the best of luck for the rest of the year. Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to see you, dude.
Hey, you too.
Yeah, see you.